we are going to discuss how we can create the QR code using online tool. As I mentioned in the previous video that there are two kind of tools available. One is the online tool which can help you to generate the QR code for the different purposes, and the another one is the offline tool which can also help you to generate the QR code in the offline mode. Means you can download the software and you can install in your computer, and later as and when required you can generate the QR code for the benefit of your users, your library, your institute. So in this video we are going to discuss how we can generate the QR code with online generator. So there are many online generator for the QR code, and the one I use and I find it very useful for my purpose is that www.qr-code-generator.com. and when you open this particular website you will find that there are different options available at the different places. Like the first one is the URL, the second one is the vCard, the third one is the text, email, SMS. Likewise there are many, so you have to choose which one. So you have to see which one you are going to use, like Facebook, PDF, MP3, like that. There are so many: app store, images, multi URL. So now we have to decide what is actually the purpose of creating the QR code, because what happens when you generate the QR code and you are giving the QR code or asking the user to use it, so they also should be in position to understand why I am going to use this code. So the basic purpose of generating the QR code is that you are going to disseminate the information about something which can be used in very effective and easy way. So what is the easy way? That the QR code is the very just like a image which is generated containing some information about your resources or anything, and that has to be read by the QR code reader or scanner using any smartphone. So because the QR code which you are going to read, for that one reader is or scanner is required, which you can download and set up in your Android supported phone. So here I am just taking one example that I am going to develop one QR code for my own website, and my website detail is http://www.dptripathi.in. So once I finish this creating the means entering the URL here, I'll just click on create QR code. So now you can observe that this particular QR code has been generated, and which I can download. This I can download and I can paste the same QR code wherever I need. For example, I'm using it for my newsletter, or I'm using it for my visiting card, or wherever I'm just trying to use it or I wish to use it. So I will go there and I'll simply use that particular code at the desired place. So in this way you can we can generate the QR code, and this is going to be very useful for my different purposes. So this was the simple example. Now you can see that I extracted the format now. Yeah, this one. So if I open this with any image viewer like Irfan view or anything else, so it will show me the QR code in detail, and that I can use wherever I wish. You can see here this zigzag format is now. So if I try to read with the QR code reader or scanner, it will give me the information www.dptripathi.in and will directly take me to the website in your phone. So this is the one simple example I have mentioned here. Likewise, there are many things. For example, you want to generate the all resources of the different publisher, like for example Emerald, Springer, Elsevier, ACS, APS, anything, whatever the online links. So one by one you can generate here, one, two, three, like that. I'll just show some of the example here. For example, one is that listing of open access database. So I'll just copy this and I'll go to the QR code generator, and I'll just paste it here, and then I'll create the QR code. So, and then I'll download it here and ensure that when it is downloaded it is saved also with the same name, otherwise it will create confusion. So I'll just give the name here, for example, list of open access. So this will be easy for me to identify. The same way I'm going to take the other example, library information science. These are the journals. So I'll just copy this and then I'll generate the QR code for this and create the QR code reader, QR code, and then download it. There is one more thing in this website, that you can easily sign up and you can use your login ID and password also. So now this I'm going to save it as a open access journal. I'm taking two examples only. So these two have done, and now I'm going to use that whatever I have downloaded. So you can see here open access journals. So I'll just extract it here, and the same way I have taken the list of open access also, so I'll extract it here also. Okay, now my job is done, this job is done. Now the next job is that how you are going to disseminate it. That is the most important thing. So for that you can do one thing that is very simple. You can directly open the Word and make one table. You can make one table using the Word, and there you can create the different two columns, and in one column what you can do, I'll just add it here. For example, I'm adding this top. I'll just merge this and I'll make it little big, and if you wish to little beautify it, you can do it by giving some different color and adding some different font color. QR code of library resources. Suppose you are giving here QR codes of library resources, and here you see here you used the two links, listing of open access database. So I'm just going to give here listing of open access databases, and here I am going to insert the same image which we generated for this particular link, and you can just make sure that it is visible, because sometimes what happens, if you make it very small, it will not be visible and it will create the means it will not provide you any information. So make sure that it should be at least 150 into 150. And likewise you can add the second one, open access library science journals. So when I give here open access library science journals, and I'll add the image here. You see here open access journal. So I am taking this, but I'll make sure that it is readable. So for that you can make the size as per your So the two QR codes are generated here. Now if you just print it and paste it on the to the notice board, and what will happen that when the users come, you take one user education program and introduce that user education during that user education program, that what are the QR codes have been generated for the different purposes and how to use it. So the users, when they scan this particular QR code, what will happen that the information directly will appear in their mobile, and it will get saved also in the mobile, so they can easily access these resources without remembering the link of that particular resources. Likewise, there are other options also. This is the one example I have mentioned here of the resources. The same way you can also add here so many e-resources. For example, full text database, you make one word file, full text database, generate the linking of the full text database one by one, and you add them one by one here, and then you can paste it. The same way, some of the times what happens, okay, so like you want to generate the email address, for example, you want to send some common information to the users at the different email addresses. So what will happen, you can directly give the email address here, you can enter the subject and you can enter the message. So what will happen, when the user scans it, it will automatically the information will be sent to the user. Likewise, this is very good feature. I'll explain in the next video. The same way, if the mobile number, if you put here and the SMS message and you create the code, what will happen, the moment it is scanned with the QR code scanner or reader, it will ask you to SMS with the information to this particular mobile. The same way, the Facebook you can also use, but for this sign up is required. So there are many more options which can be done with the QR code. Now the last one I'll just add here, that suppose I want to generate the V card. What is the purpose of generating the V card, the QR code? The benefit of this V card is that if you generate it and user is scan it, so what will happen, user will not have to add manually the name and number of you the concerned person. It will automatically go to the contact detail, only you need to press the save button, and the whole information of that particular person or who has shared the QR code V card will be saved in your mobile. So this is the great advantage of having the V card with the QR code. So for example, I am generating mine, Dripi Tripathi, NIT. Okay, I am assistant librarian. So likewise, if I fill all the detail, for example, all these, and my website detail also, if I give here my email ID and the address, everything, and after filling, when you generate the QR code, you can see that it has generated the QR code and you can download it here. One thing which is very important, it will by default with this particular website, it will by default download the image into JPG. But if you want in some other like EPS or SVG, you can also download. So it is up to you how you are going to download the QR code. So you see it has allowed me to generate the V card, and that V card later you can use it for your different purposes. For example, I'm generating one you say that visiting card I am just making. So what will happen, I can simply just copy it and I'll just paste in my visiting card. I'll just give one example of my visiting card here. You can see here that I have designed one visiting card and I have given the QR code here, so that what will happen when I distribute this card to anyone else, The user doesn't have to remember my number and all the detail. Only he or she has to scan the QR code and the information will get saved into the mobile. So likewise, you can do all these options one by one, and then you can use it for different purposes. Apart from this, how we can do it in library, that is the most important question. So in library we can use in different way. For example, first of all, we can generate the QR code of website. Second, list of e-resources, whatever the resources you have, generate one by one. For example, full text and numeric database you have. Then you can do the listing of all the contacts of library. So advantage of these contacts will be that if any user is visiting, for example, you have 10 section in the library, so and from each section you want someone to be representative. So what will happen, you can directly you can create the QR code, you can list it, you can print it and paste it on the notice board, and the user can directly use it by QR, means scanning the QR code you have provided. So in this way there are many other ways like posters, pamphlets. Then you can use it in workshop banners or event banners, you can say. I'll be showing you how you can. Then information literacy pamphlets. Then in information literacy pamphlets there are many things. Wi-Fi, suppose you are having Wi-Fi access details you want to give, so you can give here. And in this information literacy, I'll mention here like circulation privilege. Then you can give fine detail. Then you can give opaque detail. Likewise, there are new arrival list. Likewise, there are many things you can create the QR code and you can easily disseminate with the users. In next video we are going to discuss that how we can use all these in different way in library. So thanks for watching this video. I hope I have been able to make you understand how to generate the QR code. In next video we are going to see many more. So to stay updated, please keep watching the video. Thank you very much.